I've been chasing this comet and I caught it. Woohoo! So yeah, every dog and his man's been out there with the camera trying to get this comet, and it's been a real lottery of where you live as to whether the sky is clear, it's cloudy, what's going on. I've been having a bit of a tough time trying to get decent pictures of this comet. I've been out 4 times. The first time just locally, and I was out, if you know my area, I was out at Coldstream overlooking Lilydale. Comet of course was in the west, and after the sun went down you could start to see it. Very hard to see with your eye, but the camera could pick it up well enough. And the first night I went out for that, it was quite hazy on the horizon, so with the comet being very low there wasn't a lot of time to get a decent picture before it sort of disappeared into the haze. The rest of the sky was clear. So after I got a photo of the comet, I had that in the bag and I was happy. Yay, I got the picture of the comet. And I'm standing there and the rest of the sky is nice and clear, the stars are out. So why waste time? I'm there with my camera, might as well use it. So there was this nice dead tree and the starry sky behind it. Got a couple of photos of that just to add to the night's outing. And that's one of the things I like to do, added value. Look around. You can be so fixed on one type of thing that you want that you end up not looking around and seeing what's there, ignoring the possibilities. So open your mind to what else is there, apart from the primary thing you went out to get. Then the second time I went out to get the comet, I was still sort of in Coldstream at the other end of it. A nice winery there, the Tokar Estates, and my idea was maybe get a bit of foreground of the vines and stuff and then the comet in the sky. But of course by that time of night it is so dark, there was no lights in the foreground, so yeah, you can't tell there were nice vines in the vineyard at all. But again, it was a bit cloudy, so it was a bit hit and miss as to whether I could get a clean shot of this comet or not. But yeah, why waste time? I'm there, took the photos, this is the best I could get. Now the third time I went out for the comet, I thought, okay, I'll get a seascape. Hopefully the sky will be clear. I went all the way down towards Inverloch and looking at the sky the whole time, and there's clouds on the horizon, and I wasn't super optimistic. But I thought by the time I get there, different location, different time, maybe the clouds are cleared up. No, still heavy cloud on the horizon. The darker the night got, the more the clouds built up. But I was still able to get the comet peeking through some cloud layers out there. So yeah, a bit of a seascape and the comet, but of course when you include foreground, the comet's so far away it's not very big, so it is there in the photo, but it's not like the primary thing. But the seascapes were nice. But again, added value. Before you could see the comet, the sun was setting. So I got a really nice photo of Eagle's Nest Rock, where I was, out near Inverloch, and the last bits of the sunset. And then of course I was trying to get the comet. Then on the way back, it was almost midnight, and I passed the Kilcunda rail trestle bridge, which has been photographed to death. But I thought, not photographed by me in the way I like to take photographs, because I really like no light photography. That's when it's dead dark and you know there's a scene in front of you, so you take the photo with no light, which means long exposure. So here's an 8-minute exposure of the Kilcunda trestle bridge. It looks a bit purple because halfway through the shot this ambulance went past me with its red and blue lights flashing and added this purple sort of cast to to the scene, so the bridge looks a bit strange. But there you go. Now the fourth time, went out towards Yarra Glen. There's a nice lookout area, pretty clear views, and found the comet. It was a perfectly clear sky. Really pleased. There are no clouds in the way or anything, and I was able to get the best photos of the comet that I've had so far. and really pleased with the result. I tried doing a time lapse as well, but I didn't want to spend hours post-processing. Okay, so as the comet was being photographed, of course it was getting darker and darker and darker, so the pictures were getting darker and darker. I tried lighting some of them up for a time lapse, and it was all going a bit weird, so that didn't really work. But I got some really good photos of the comet, and that's what I went out for. So after getting photos of the comet, again, the sky was beautifully clear. It was one of those nights where you see so many stars. It was brilliant. I thought, why waste this opportunity? Still got battery in my camera, so I set it up, found another dead tree. I love dead trees against the starry sky. So set the camera up for a time lapse, and I just let the thing run until the battery died. Went for about 1.5 hours or something. So I got a nice time lapse of the Milky Way behind this dead tree, and here it is. Oh, by the way, I was using my GFX 50R. Most of the time I was using this Super Takuma 135mm lens, so from the old film days. Just had an adapter to fit the Fuji. I was also sometimes using this Plastic Fantastic Pentax 18-35 kit zoom from the old film days as well, and with an adapter on the medium format, it actually covers the sensor, which is brilliant and pretty cheap. So you don't have to go out and spend an absolute fortune to capture a comet. Use your camera. You can use cheap lenses, whatever you got, pick it up, take it for a walk and have some fun. Bye.